Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Corey.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to the Northwoods.
Today we'll be exploring a historic park in beautiful Mackinaw City, Michigan.
That's right, and remember, freedom is an adventure, we're finding ours, and you can too.
So we invite you to hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell, and come along with us as we explore Heritage Village. This park's here because of the Mackinaw Area Historical Society and their dedication to the history of the Mackinaw area between the years of 1880 and 1917.
It's located about 3 miles west of Mackinaw City and sits on 143 acres. It has a historic church, historic buildings, and also hiking trails.
Plus, all of this is made possible because of volunteer labor and collection of donations from people just like you and me.
They accept donations of historical items to help show the historical time period.
The property holds a lot of historical value because of the first deed on record in Emmett County, Michigan. We included that in another video for our MCGULPIN Point Lighthouse video. I'll include a link both in the description down below and up above if you want to check out that video. The site really speaks to the evolution of the area, where in the early 1880s the first trains arrived to the Mackinaw area, and eventually gas pumps and cars as more people came to the area. Lumbering was a major industry in Mackinaw during this time, from cutting wood to power steamers to a clothespin factory.
It was cool to learn that the Sioux Locks in Sault Ste. Marie donated their old saw.
Yeah, the saw used to cut timbers that was used to line the inside of the locks for when the freighters bump into it to help protect the lock. Volunteer used the saw to construct a sawmill on site that will be tractor powered until they can obtain a historic age.
Attached to the south end of the slab house, making birch bark baskets, beating and selling their items to support their families, as well as cleaning houses for the settlers in the village. This was the daily life of the Anishinaabe people, while holding on to their memories of the traditional ways.
The medicine wheel encompasses spiritual teachings, traditional medicines, and illustrative stories. It goes back to the beginning of time, as the native culture began their day with the rising sun and 4 sacred medicines.
Quarantine facilities was in just about every community in the early 1900s to quarantine those with diseases like smallpox. The pest house here was built in the 1890s and moved to Heritage Village in 2005 and completely restored.
The Nature Center changes by the season and follows our history by looking at our natural environment, which was so vital to our ancestors.
Freedom School was one of 2 schools that was built to replace the original log cabin school that was built in 1871.
This school, built in 1885, was located in the town of Freedom, near Mill Creek Discovery Park. In the 1880s, farms had kitchen gardens that supplied all the vegetables and herbs for cooking.
Local families would use the gardens to supplement their table during difficult times. Community garden is very popular in the community, as well as providing gardening plots for those that like to get out and enjoy the outdoors with their neighbors.
The village's log home was built around 1883 and was moved to the village by volunteers.
The homestead is actually a replica of the Stimson's family's Maple Ridge farm that was originally built in the 1880s.
They came to the area from Maine after the Civil War during the winter. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
No.
February. Yeah, the lumberjacks would cut up to 15,000 cords of wood to help power steamers that would come through the area. That is a crazy amount of wood.
That's crazy. The original house burnt in the late 1960s. This is a replica to show what life might have been like during that time.
Encourage everyone to make a donation of any size that you can to Heritage Village, because without donations, parks like this just simply can't happen. I'll include a link in the description down below to their website, where they have information on where you can make a donation or even become a member. The 1890s Zion Church was built by German families and now graces the grounds of Heritage Village. It was originally located in the town of Brutus for nearly 120 years.
Services were held in German until 1921, and with the end of World War I, began in English.
The church was still in use to the late 1960s and eventually moved to Heritage Village in 2010. We really enjoyed our time at Heritage Village, as well as the whole surrounding area of Mackinaw City, and we hope you do too next time you're in the area. We're going to go ahead and we're going to include some bonus footage on here, so stick around to the end. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Wanna give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me, everything feels like oh yeah. Even in my wildest dreams, even in my wildest dreams, oh yeah.